victory at venerable GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium.
Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the New England Patriots and the Kansas City Chiefs. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big run there, 29 yards in the first. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The Chiefs at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they come in riding high, just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
And I like the way that this team is winning football games because they're doing it the way that coaches love to preach. Penalties at a minimum because they've been very disciplined, very focused in their business.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Here's Edwards-Helaire.
And oh, he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost them.
They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This defense for the Chiefs, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Now Jones. Dancing to his left. He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing Jones. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
There for the tackle was Trent McDuffie.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive.
Now that Patriots sideline not happy with what just transpired, and they're going to throw out the challenge flag. So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And his kick is good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Thanks to receivers, they'll spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. And the Patriots are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Pats at the line ready to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Jones on 1st and 10. This is Smith with a grab. And some room to roam now.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Can see this quite a bit on running plays where the guy's out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
5 yards remain on second down. Edwards-Helaire on the counter.
Oh, what a move. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from capturing the lead.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about.
And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Patriots. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Patriots are once again back in front.
Well, I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And 1 play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, 1 play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This taken in at the goal line.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Check four, check four.
On second down, they'll run it here. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. To throw, Bridgewater.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Buying time to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But these are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. And he'll just get rid of it.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Straight ahead at Stevenson.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
They run once more with Stevenson.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And that is no good. And they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points.
Final play of the half, Bridgewater. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So that PI call will give them one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 5-point game. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
It's Stevenson with a run to begin the drive.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. He's got Smith here.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Jones.
He'll let this go deep for Bourne. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
96 yards rushing here for Edwards-Helaire. It's a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now Edwards-Helaire.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Now Bridgewater on 4th down. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
Check 26, check 26.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire.
He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
The Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now 1st and goal.
Edwards-Helaire will take this one in. It's a Chiefs touchdown. A late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to the go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect a lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day 1 of camp, and it came back to bite them right there.
Bridgewater will try and throw. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
No run back here for Jones. A touchback.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Seems pretty obvious defensively key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
They'll run for it. It's Stevenson. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back could get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure he got the first down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Jones. Over the middle, complete. It's Stevenson. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw is Jones. Forced out to his left. He's got a man, complete. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Jones. Over the middle to Smith. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Here's Jones. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Nice solid game there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is indeed good, and that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Here's Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete with the clock down now to 13 seconds. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
I don't care what anyone says. I want a big-time backing in this kind of yardage each and every time I step on the field. A tone setter, these guys are hard to find.
Delta.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Slot man moves right. Bridgewater. And this is going to be intercepted. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they